police reform, that they need to start doing some serious investigations on the individuals. I mean, you have it that there was a racist in the 1970s, and he was like one of the top racists, and so he wrote a book called Teller Diaries. And in the Teller Diaries, he actually told all his racist people, and they all, that he told all his racist people that they should join the police forces, and so here it is. If you look at it, this rise from the Reaganism in the 80s, where we went from 500,000 to 2.2 million people in the police, is actually a direct response to some of the people listening to what he said. And in the book, he told them to join the police forces, join the other federal agencies, and all of these agencies out there. And if you look at the tactics, you look at the way these people are acting, you're basically seeing that a lot of them are part of these organizations. During this investigation, like when you do federal work, in order to work at a federal agency or just doing construction, if you're going to do construction at the White House, you're going to do construction at any of the embassies, they investigate you. You have to get a top secret security clearance or a certain type of clearance. And so they go and they ask questions about you. They need to do this with the officers. Has this officer ever called somebody the N-word? Has this officer been a part of a racist organization? If you have, then you're not qualified to be able to be a public servant. And so I think that part of it, that it should be a separate national organization that's not a federal, a government organization. It should be an independent body that actually goes through the certification and investigation of the officers, and to be able to make sure that these are people that are not a part of racist organizations or other organizations or have that type of history. A lot of these guys, if you just pull up their arm, you'll see that they got tattoos on their arm for, the Nazi group. So, and then you're wondering, why are they doing this? Yeah. How have they been allowed to? And the other officers know that this individual is a public service out there servicing people, and wonder why they're taking a digression. Well, you're part of an organization that pushes you for,
Based on what you just described in the Turner Diaries, in 2006, the FBI had conducted an undercover investigation of law enforcement and determined that law enforcement had been infiltrated by white supremacists. That was in 2006. In 2008, they tried to do something about it. They were cut off because of the Bush administration, and it never really took off into how do we weed out these people who are intimately connected to racist organizations. In Pennsylvania, they fired 25 officers who they found out were all part of a racist white supremacist organization in 2019. I believe it happened in Texas. I believe it happened in Boston. So here you are around the country. Now, later, these types of things are manifesting, and they're manifesting, though, after Trayvon Martin. They're manifesting after the young kid in Cleveland. They're manifesting after Mike Brown. All these dead bodies here, and now you're starting to understand that there's an agenda, or at least potentially an agenda out there, that people believe that they can get away with it, their racist philosophy, by joining the police force.
And then
until there's reform, you're going to get. Until there's a discussion, it's not even a discussion right now.
It's not.
Cuba has at least asked for the discussion.
Yeah, because the thing is part of the racist technique is to make you hate what you should love. And that's what they do. So, I would love to have good officers in my neighborhood protecting my family. I love to have my mother be able to walk through the neighborhood, and my children be able to walk, or my nieces and nephew to be walk, and there's an officer that says hi that really has a concern. So, but when you have people that are racist, then the people are not liking the officers, so they're hating police, which police is a necessary thing in your community. In order to be able to have, or policing some form of it, or protection, to be able to deal with the situation. That's why I was glad they even brought up domestic abuse. Dealing with that situation. You eliminate the police. Now, are we going to have a decrease in domestic abuse, or are we going to have an increase? What about rape and the other things? Investigating that. Are we going to have a decrease, or increase, because we don't have anybody to be able to deal with those situations?
In New